There we have it. That is that XBull 13.5 RS, XBull Speed RS 13.5 winch synthetic line. It is on a Badlands Harbor Freight Badlands winch cradle that goes in a hitch receiver cradle. That was 75 bucks. They also make one from XBull. I was going to order one when I ordered this, and I didn't get around to it, and I didn't want to wait for ordering one from them. So I went ahead and just bought the Harbor Freight one. But I believe, again, like I was telling you when I was saying earlier, that all these things are made by one company. Sorry, I'm sweating. It's humid as can be. It's been storming all day, and it's like, I don't know, 80-something degrees and super high humidity. So it's one of those kind of deals. But like I was saying, as far as the winches go, as far as these cradles go, they are all the same thing. There's probably one company in China that builds this, and then you got Open Road, you got XBull, you got Harbor Freight, you got a bunch of different ones, all basically taking the same thing and putting it in their own box and selling it their way. You got Traveler from Tractor Supply. They're all 100% identical. They are the same exact thing, all made by one company. Like I said, same with the winches. There's only a couple of companies that make winches, and like I said, unless you're Warren or somebody, a high-end Warren, but even the cheaper, the lower grade Warrens, they're made in China as well too. Okay, so don't rule these out. Don't think that one brand is better than another, because they're all the same thing, made by the same company. Maybe they do a little difference in the solenoid or something like that, but for the most part, they are the same exact stuff. And what I like about XBull, like I said, their customer service has been phenomenal, and I like dealing with XBull. I've dealt with them in the past with the running boards and things like that, so I wanted this, and it's priced right. It's a very good price for what you're getting out of this winch. And like I said, I'll have links down below for you with everything in there. And I really like the magnetic how this, and it will work with any hook, but this one is fairly just designed for this hook, which is magnetic. I mean, that's not going nowhere, and it sits in there nice and tight, and it's set, and it's just a nice, clean, compact, simple unit. And I don't have that thing flopping or worry about getting pinched in there. Just super easy. Very, very impressive winch, and that hitch pin setup is pretty good. Like I said, I got my own wiring system going here to down here to that Anderson plug right there, so that I can run this off of any vehicle I want to. And I have the rest of the cables, the remote in here and all that stuff. We'll show you a close-up of that remote one more time so you can see it. And you do have, it can be used, what's nice is it can be used wirelessly or wired. It does either one. You have both on here. This is the remote. Okay, so you press that and you go green, it goes to green, and that means it's wireless, in and out. Or if you had it connected, the plug here goes right into the outlet plug here, the socket right there. Okay, waterproof, sealed up, and then that's where that other cable, wherever I stuck it, right here, if you want to run wired. Okay, you plug that into the remote, plug that into there, and you are good to go. So a beautiful system. This bag here is just my extensions on there, as you saw, for the cables and how I'm going to run that. But very, very pleased so far. Now, we will get this out in the field. Those will be some other videos I will do for you. This is just kind of an unboxing and explaining what it is, but we will get this thing in the field and show it in use out there. But the beauty of it, it's portable. Okay, you've seen how, like I said, this thing is heavy. Okay, imagine if you took this winch plus a bumper, you're like 150 to 170 to 200 pounds of weight on the front of your vehicle. I do not want that, and then I can only winch from the front. This allows me to winch from the back, which is where I need it. But more importantly, I can leave this winch here on the days I know I don't need it. And if the soupy days like today, where it's been raining, we got 2.5 inches of rain today. If I was going hunting today, that would be in the bed of the truck. I'd throw it in the bed of the truck, strap it down, and have it with me if I need it. Also, if I get calls from buddies, hey, I'm stuck, can you come and help me? I can throw this in my truck, and I don't even have to help them if I don't want to. I can actually just bring this, I can just carry the winch right over their truck, plug it in their hitch receiver, hook it up to their battery, and they can winch themselves out. So it gives great options. If we take the 4Runner up north and we want to go do some exploring up in North Georgia in the mountains, and I want to take a winch with me, I can throw that in the back of the 4Runner, strap it down, and have it in there. And if I need it, I have it. Because of that cable system that I'm using on it right here, and the cables in that bag, it will work on any vehicle that has a trailer hitch. That's the beauty of this system. So, and then if I go to sell my Gladiator, I don't have to worry about taking a hitch off, taking a bumper off, taking all that stuff off. I have it all right here. And realistically, like I said in other videos, that video on why I don't have a winch on the front, I hope to never have to use this, because that means that I screwed up and I misjudged something. If I do, though, I got it. Even if I'm out there by myself and I'm out there alone and I get stuck, I can get somewhere where I can get cell service somehow, even if I got to walk a few miles. I can call Tina and give her a pin where I am. She can grab that wagon, put that hitch in there, and throw it right in the back of her truck, strap it down, and she can come right to me and bring it to me, and then I can use it to get out. So I don't need to have a winch on the front of my truck all the time. I like this system much, much better. But this is about that XBull. We'll show you that stuff. Like I said, this is that winch in a cradle. Set up and easy to go. Mounting it was super easy. It is very tight, as you can see in here. You can see that down there between the bolts here. Right there, it is very, very tight, but it did fit and it did work perfectly. I was able to line all the, the 4 bolt holes up underneath there, so we had no issues there whatsoever. But you definitely want to mount the fair lead first, is what I did. But then when I bolted it in, the holes did line up, so they were perfect. And there is daylight between there, so we are clearing, but it's perfect there. Lots of room in the back. You got lots of room for the wiring that's going in over here. So everything about this setup on this cradle is fantastic. But this winch is one beefy, well-built. I like it. I like it a lot. We'll see. Now, one thing I find interesting is it says engaged and disengaged. You know what? It makes no difference if I turn that, however I turn that, whatever I want to do with it. Actually, right now, because we're still underloaded, it's not going to until I hit it out. But because I pulled that in good and tight. But it's not going to, this doesn't really make a difference here. It kind of goes, there is no sideways. It's all the way this way or flip it all the way around. There's no half and half on here that I'm finding. I lift it all the way and spin it 180, not 90. This is showing 90. I'm not seeing 90. On mine, it's 180 to spin for disengage on there. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed it. All right, we're running out of light pretty quick here, but we're going to set up. I want to tension, I want to pull out and retension all that line on that thing. You got to do it with any winch you get with synthetic line. So, but we got this whole set in here, cables here. We're going to see what it takes to set this thing up. We're going to connect it over there, and we're going to stretch that out. So we just take this whole winch setup right here, and we are going to plug it in down there in our hitch receiver. So we set this down so we can pull that pin out. We'll need this winch bag with all of our winch components in it, cables and the stuff like that. I'm just going to set it there for right now. We're going to pull this pin out. Just stick this pin back together and set it right here just for now. Pull the pin out of this one. Set it here. Take our cables are fine. We're good there. We're going to take the whole winch, slide it right into the receiver, and see where we got to be. All right, little wiggling. Come on. There we go. Put a pin in it. Oh, I got it turned wrong. There we go, pins in. So that's set. We're going to take these cables. We're going to throw them up here because this is where it's going to go to. Watch, it's going to sit there. We're going to grab our other cable out of here. This is where we keep all of our stuff we need, is inside of this bag. We have our snatch blocks, soft shackles, tree saver that we're going to need on there for that when we do that. We got our cable set up. Our remote's in here, our cables are in here, but we're going to take this set. We're going to pop our little safety strap. And we're going to run these across about that far, hang them right on the window. We connect these two Anderson clips together, but we have all that stuff set. Now we just connect these two quick releases, and we are good to go. We want to go negative, positive, to positive, negative to negative. And that's that. And that's that. We got a winch. We grab our remote right here. We power it on so that we're green for wireless. There it is. Kicker into should be free spool. There we go. And now we're going to run that all the way out over there to see how far we can get, how close we can get to that. So we'll be back in a minute. We're going to just walk this down. We are going to take our, I wonder if I'm going to make it or if I'm going to be, wait, maybe we can pull it just a little bit more. Yeah, we can. Okay. So what we're going to do, put our tree saver around here, just like so. And then we're going to connect to it with our hook. And then that is what we are going to take that line in with when we tighten. We're going to roll that Jeep to us is the game plan. We are going to roll that Jeep all the way to where we are, and we are going to put that Jeep in neutral, set the parking brake a little bit for some tension, and then we're going to spool that, and I'm going to guide it as it goes. Now what we're doing is winching a little bit at a time. So there I did about a 30-40 second pull. We want to let it cool for 30-40 seconds. Even though this is a very light duty pull, the more aggressive and extreme your pulls get, the more you want to let off. Winch for 15, 20, 30 seconds, let off for a minute. Let that motor cool down. This thing's working hard. Even now with the parking brake set, and it's still pretty light load, we want to give it time to relax. While we let that cool down, the reason we have to do this with all winches, when you buy it, that line is just hand spooled on there, okay, nothing major. And that line is very soft and kind of, you know, it's bigger diameter because there's no tension on it. What happens is if you were to start winching on it the way it came from the factory, you're going to pull that line tight. It's going to squeeze down, narrow diameter. It's going to fit between all the other ones, and then it's going to get tighter on the drum. But you're going to now have line that should be on the top of the roll, cutting its way down to the bottom of the roll, and loose line on top of it. It'll turn into a rat's nest, and it's near impossible to get out without connecting the winch, disengaging, and trying to use your truck to drive it out. It's a nightmare. So instead, when we get it, we pull all that line out except for about 10, 12, basically a synthetic, one roll right across the drum. And then we are gonna, like I said, I am in neutral, and I have the parking brake about half set, and we are winching that in, and I'm guiding that and making it perfect on there. But the line is so nice and tight now on that drum over each roll that when I let that out, or when I go to use it next time, it's gonna be easier to free spool, and when I go to pull it in or start winching with it, they're gonna wrap on top and not cut down through between and get into a big tangled nest. All right, now this last little bit here, I'm just gonna do by hand with some tension on it, but I wanna be able to guide it. And when you're this close to it, there's really no way there's not enough slack in the line to be able to move this left and right. So now that we're here, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to just let out the line a touch so I can disconnect it, hit the out button, okay? We are gonna disconnect our hook. Then we are gonna pull this in freehand. So what we're going to do is pull this tight as I can by hand and bring her in. Now when you get here, get your hands out of the way. I'm going to come in closer. Love this is magnetic. See, I can just, it's aluminum tailgate, but I can set that anywhere, and it just stands and holds. That magnetic magnetic controller right there is really nice. It's wired and wireless. I love that. So wireless, but if it fails wired or wireless, you have a wire right here to run wired. I love this setup on this thing. So anyway, so now here, when you're here, You don't want your hands anywhere near this stuff. Now what's cool about this XBull is it has magnets on it. So I can take this and literally stick it and it will hold itself right there. Look at, see, it holds on its own. Just comes in and clamps. All I have to do is take up the little bit of slack on there. There it is. Okay, that's on. It's not coming off. That's not going. We are in business. So that is a hitch is set. So now we can put our stuff back. We're done. That's technically the whole entire process of how this is done. You've seen how quick it was to set up. Very fast and easy. Let's, well, we still got light. Let's take this thing down. But I love this. Winching from the back is my #1 goal. I never want to winch from the front because I'm out there myself and I don't go bombing through crap or get stuck like that. If I drop in a hole and get stuck or high centered in there, out backwards is the way I want to go. So this winch is perfect. Plus, with this setup, I can put this on anybody's vehicle. So whoever else gets stuck, I don't have to come and save them. I can actually, or I can bring this winch right out to them, plug it into their truck, and we can get them out on their own too. So it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So we're gonna put it all away. We grab our tree saver that we got right here. Take our tree saver. We're gonna roll it. This whole thing is gonna go right in this bag. Everything's gonna stay right in this bag. This is like a winch bag that we have here. So everything's gonna fit in that bag. All my stuff. I got this is gonna come off. It's actually this one of these here. This is, I just got these, but you don't ever wanna use a, you don't wanna use a soft shackle, or I mean you want this no abrasion on the soft shackle when you're using it with a snatch block. So we're gonna put that on there like that, but that's what that is right there, so that I can actually use it in double line pull. All right, so disconnecting this thing. All we have to do, come over here, pop apart the Anderson connections. They're done. Close those off. We're done there. The winch is now technically done. Disconnect from the battery. Lift that off my mirror. Then we are going to roll this up. So we're going to set these down here. We're going to grab the end of this cable. And I'm just going to roll this because this is just going to go right in that bag. So we're just going to roll this up. This is long enough that I can make sure that I can use it even for like a you know, like an F350 Super Duty truck with a 8-foot bed. We can still get back to their hitch on this and have no problem being able to recover them, which is really nice. So we're just rolling this up like this, and we are set. Then we are going to put our little bitty tie down strap here that I have just through here to keep everything nice and neat, like so. There's that. Okay, we're done there. We take the bag, winch bag right here. We're going to open it. Our winch cable is already in here. Our remote wire. We're going to take this stuff, set this in here. Take that, drop it right inside of here. Push that down so it's in there. This goes to there. We take this, this, and this. Stick these in here so that they're going to fit in there. Then we want our remote in here. And there's our winch bag right there, done, set, and ready. We come over here with these cables. We're just going to wrap them around it. Again, we're just going to roll these to keep them nice and tight, keep them together. I have a tie in there if I need it, but so far I don't, because again, we're not driving with this on here. We take this, roll it right on here with the cables, set it right on the top. We're good there. Pull our hitch pin, which is sticking. There we go. Pull out our hitch pin, take out our winch, drop the tailgate, grab the winch pins, set that there, put that there, set this in here, take the winch, put the pin back in so we don't lose our pin, and then We put this in here, and since I'm only going a mile down the road, I'm not strapping it, but I would use my tie downs here, put a strap through here and strap it right there so that it can't move. I'm on a rubber mat, it's not going anywhere anyway, and I'm only a mile away. But that's it. I mean, beat that. That is pretty impressive. Put our original hitch pin back in just because I like to have one. There we go. That's all there is to it. We still got to drop the hood. The only thing I got left to do is literally drop the hood down, and we are 100% done. So real simple system that I can carry with me, use it when I need to, and like I said, I don't need to carry it every day. But if it's been a rainy, miserable day and I'm heading into swamps and I know the rivers are flooded and I know everything's going to be peanut butter mud and a mess, I can throw that in the back of my truck and have it. If a buddy of mine calls and says, hey, I'm stuck, can you help me? Yes, I can help them. Not only can I help them, I don't have to use my truck if I don't want to. I can bring that winch and say, here you go, hook it to your battery, you get out, and it's a lot easier. So there's a lot of benefits to that. And like I said, being able to pull from the back is a huge benefit. So, but you just saw the system. Thanks for watching.